And Dontae Smith's going to join us now to talk about this game tomorrow night. And there he is. Dontae, first of all, always a pleasure having you on the show. We appreciate you making time for us on a Friday afternoon. How much have you guys talked about the fact that, hey, guess what? A W equals a bowl. Has that been a non-issue, non-discussion, or has that been front and center?
Actually, this week is the first week Coach Keys brought it up. We come in after last game, Sunday meeting, and he brought it up and, told us what's at stake this game, and it's a bowl game, and it's something we haven't done since my freshman year, so since 2018. So it's something that we're all looking forward to. And, we know what we have on the line this game, and, what we have to do to go get it.
Well, Dontae, with that being said, I mean, obviously a tough one in Death Valley last weekend. What's the big key, or what was the big takeaway from losing that game to Clemson that you want to carry over to tomorrow night?
Just come out the gate aggressive, swinging. This time it's a home game, so we have the crowd behind us. And, just play with a little more passion. Last game didn't really go how we wanted to. So, this game is more so showing the world who we are again and putting back that explosive offense and that defense that stops stuff. And it's a perfect opportunity to go do it. 8 o'clock game, everyone watching, bowl game on the line. So, this is the perfect night for it.
Dontae, I know I'm not supposed to go back in time, but we were at the game against Miami. We saw what happened in that Miami game. Even your coach at the end of the game when he came to see us looked like he was in shock still as to what happened. Can you go through your emotions? Did you think the game was over at one time?
When they got the ball back, yeah, I did. But we're always coached to play to the last play and finish the fight. And hats off to our defense. That's exactly what they did, and it came down to the last play. And then once we got the ball back, it's kind of like, all right, we got enough time on the clock to make something happen. Let's go do it. And, everything fell in place after that. But like I said, we're coached to play to the end, and the game wasn't over till it said 0. And so we just kept playing, kept our head in the game, and good things came from that.
Hey, Dontae, Mark Richt's taking you back to that Miami game. I'm going to take you back to 2018 because you're one of two dudes that actually went to Georgia Tech, saw a bowl game. So, I know it's been a long time for the Jackets. You guys want to get back bowling. But I know you're sitting back going, hey, it's hard to believe. I've been here long enough to remember 2018. What have you told the guys about that bowl experience?
It's a wonderful experience. You're out of town with your teammates, and you get just all the stuff that comes with a bowl game, the traveling, the seeing different cities, and just having a good time, away from football for a little bit, and then you go play the game. And in 2018, it was just fun to walk the city with the guys and everything, and go to stores and stuff, and just it was kind of like a vacation, but not really because we still had a game, but definitely a fun time. And it's something we haven't experienced since then. So, I'm excited for us to go into this game and get the opportunity. That way, we handle business. They'll get to experience it, and I'll get to experience a bowl game on my way out.
Well, Dontae, I want to ask you about your quarterback, Haynes King, who we just talked about him. He's had an amazing season to this point. Obviously a tough one last week, but hey, quarterbacks, we make mistakes. What do you think is the best characteristic about Haynes King as a QB?
He works. So every day after practice, me and him are the last ones to leave. I'll go through my daily after practice drills, and I'll just sit and watch him just work throwing. He'll get somebody and just throw like a lot of passes, and then he'll ask somebody about his form. So I get to see him. I see him work in practice, but what I see him do when no one's looking, as a quarterback, that's all you can ask for is somebody. And then he knows a lot about the game. He's very smart on the field. He knows what he's looking at, and he just makes everyone else's job that much easier.
Well, I went back in time. Now I'm going to go forward in time. I'm not supposed to do that either, but I coached in this rivalry game for years, okay? And I know while at Georgia, we spent time on Tech in the spring. We spent time in the two-a-days. We spent time in the summer. We spent time in the open date on Georgia Tech. Do you guys ever sneak any little thing on Georgia during the year?
Not really, but
I won't tell
every
anybody.
year it's marked on. it's marked on our calendar every year, and we're waiting for that game every year. And that's one of my favorite games because everybody's level of aggressiveness, passion, just everything that comes with football is past the ceiling. So just knowing that feeling, we got it at home this year. I'm excited for this game, but you got to take it one game at a time. And this one that we have coming up next is the big game right now.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
Dontae, off the field, I mean, last week was your 50th collegiate football game. That's pretty amazing, man. Where have you grown just as a person, not just as a football player and a great running back, but where have you grown while being here at Georgia Tech as a young man?
Just a lot of adversity comes with college football and college itself in school. So, just being here, I hadn't really been the guy in the past. I played with a lot of good running backs, Jameer, JP, those guys. So just watching them, learning from their game, and just waiting for your moment and always being ready because you never know when your number's gonna be called. So I always, from this I learned just always be ready, always be prepared because when that time comes, you're not prepared. I mean, nothing's good gonna come from it. So you're ready for it. Go in there, make plays, and that's kind of my mindset. Is you never know when it's your turn, but when it is, you better be ready.
Dontae, we've taken you back to 2018. We've taken you back to the Miami game. Coach is asking you about the Georgia game next week. I want to know about right now. Last week you guys played a noon game on the road. Tomorrow night, it's the 8 o'clock kick. A couple weeks ago, we were sitting right here in this very spot getting ready for Georgia Tech, North Carolina, which turned out to be a crazy game. What's it like for an 8 o'clock kick? And again, you're a man of experience now. You've seen nooners, you've seen the 8 o'clockers. Walk us through what the mindset is of a player when you got all day to wait for an 8 o'clock kickoff.
For a player, I mean, I like late games. The only thing I don't like is just having to wait so long. As soon as you wake up, you still got to wait all that time. But, that's extra time just to, look at the details and, watch film a little bit more. But I love night games because, by 8 o'clock, the fans are already turned up. So just walking down the alley, having our fans, they're
That's a
already
nice
they're
way to
already
say
ready
it.
to go. It's just a good feeling. It's just it's an undescribable feeling, honestly. Those 8 o'clock games, and then just like when we played UNC last home game, it was a great atmosphere. They were loud the whole time. They stormed the field, and so I'm expecting the same kind of crowd. And hats off to the crowd, all the fans and students for coming out that UNC game and turning it up. We need that again tomorrow night.
Yeah, and well, look, Dontae, we were here for that game when the crowd stormed the field against Carolina. Great win. I was thinking back when I was at Florida State. They never stormed the field. I don't know if that was security or what it was.
Because y'all were winning all the time.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. But I thought it was awesome.
That's exactly why.
Dontae, what were you doing? Like, where were you at when the field storm started? Like, did you rush to the locker room or did you kind of party with some of the classmates? Like, how was that for you?
It's actually crazy because I have a former teammate that transferred over to that school. So I went to go look for him, and I didn't realize what was going on. So I couldn't find him. I got to the other side of the field away from my student section, and I turn around, and it's just people, like, storming. So I'm like, first I got to go find my mama. So I go find her. I grab her hand. I take a picture. And then I turn around. As soon as I turn around, all of our fans and, like, students were there. I took a lot of pictures, signed a lot of stuff. Talked to a lot of people, and then eventually, it was time to bring it up in the locker room, and one of our police officers had to come, kind of escort me through and help me get through because people were just left and right grabbing us. But definitely a moment I'll never forget, and I hope to get another one like that tomorrow night.
It's been fun talking to you. You're a very mature young man and do a really good job. I was just curious. If football is not in the stars down the road, or when your NFL career is over, do you have any thoughts of what you want to do?
Kinda. I wanna. It's up for grabs what I want to do. Definitely graduating from Georgia Tech means a lot, and I graduated with a business degree, so definitely something in the business field. Maybe with something with sports, but if the NFL does happen, after that I make my money in the NFL, I'm just going to, give me a little house in the middle of nowhere where I'm able to fish and hunt away from people.
There you go.
And then you want to storm the field, coming out here and see what the other side looks like, right? On game day. Yeah, I hear you. Listen, enjoy yourself. Again, we can't wait to watch you tomorrow night at 8 o'clock against Syracuse. And again, congratulations on all your success.
Thank
All
you.
out, man.
Thank
Good
y'all.
luck.
Thank you.
You got it. Dontae Smith at Georgia Tech. Again, 8 p.m. tomorrow night to kick off Georgia Tech and Syracuse. When we come back, we got more games to get